Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. Today I have actually got a Fortnite video for you guys. A lot of you new to the channel probably won't know this, but I used to play Fortnite pretty much every day and I got really good at it at one point, and at the start of the channel it was pretty much just Fortnite day in day out, but I managed to get a little bit bored of it after a while. However, me and my friend have actually been on it recently because there is like a Champions League out, and it's pretty much the top players. You basically start at the bottom in divisions and work your way up, and me and my friend have actually made it to Champions League, which is where you can actually compete for tournaments and stuff like that. So we have done really well. Now unfortunately the gameplay that I have got in today's video is not the best, and that's because it's one of the first games we actually had back after like a 3-4 month break, but all the other game footage did corrupt. But I'm going to try and get some more videos out on Fortnite in the coming weeks to actually help give you some tips. But the main focus of today's video is not the gameplay. I'm actually going to share how me and my friend actually got to Champions League in this video and give out a lot of tips and tricks. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, drop a like down below, make sure to turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload, and leave a comment whether you want more Fortnite or whether to leave it. However, I do believe we can make some good videos on Fortnite, so let me know what you guys think and let's jump straight into today's video. So for people actually going into this league and wanting to know what it's about, I'm going to give a quick explanation about this league and how it works. So you basically start off in open league, and that is division 1 to 3. Now it's really easy to get out of this, guys, simply because you don't lose any points for actually playing, whereas in the higher leagues you get bus fare, so every time you drop out of the battle bus you actually lose points, so you're obviously going down leagues, so it's quite hard to actually battle that out, especially if you're not a good player. However, I'll go on to that later on in the video when we get into the higher leagues. But it starts off as an open league, and as I said, you don't get any bus fare. So what you're going to want to do to actually get out of this league really quickly is simply go for the kills. Now even if you die, you get no kills, doesn't matter, go for the kills if you are a decent player. Now if you're looking to get in Champions League and you're not a good player, you're pretty much getting outgunned in most battles, then there is a way around it, and that is to camp. Now I know it's a shit way and I wouldn't recommend doing it if you do want to get better at the game, but if you are going for that champions for some reason and you're not good enough to actually get the kills, you can camp around, get in bushes, that sort of thing, and play it out to the end game. Even if you come second, you're getting a lot of points and you will eventually get to Champions League by actually doing that. But if you want to do it quick and efficiently and actually improve yourself at the game, for the open league, make sure you are going for the kills. But not only that, don't take long actually getting these kills. This is going to lead me on to tip number 1. Don't take long to actually get the kills. Now what I mean by this is don't do anything unnecessary. Now we was doing this at the start, so a lot of you watching probably were doing this also. However, if you do want to get into them higher leagues, this is a good tip on actually how to help. So when you're versing a 2-on-2 situation, for example, and the other team's building really high, don't necessarily overbuild, because don't forget you've not got a lot of mats in this. That's another tip as well. You can only carry 500 of each resource, so these unnecessary build battles that happen quite often are really bad, especially in the lower leagues, because people are going for kills. Now the reason why it is bad is because if you're having a long gunfight, everyone in that radius of the map is going to hear that gunfight, and in the lower leagues everyone's going to go for you and they're going to get the picks off on you because everyone's going to be fighting that same people, and there's always going to be a team that gets the pick from a distance and then comes in. So your gunfight might start off as a 2v2 and then it might get another 4 teams attention, and then next minute you're all fighting at once, and it does lead to a lot of deaths and not that many kills. But it's up to you. Sometimes it can be quite difficult, I understand, but a good way around it, and it's what I was doing. My friend, if this works for you, I'm not sure, but this is what we were doing. My friend is a lot better at building, so what he was doing, he was fighting up top and sticking them two, so pretty much fighting them two on his own, while I was shooting down and shooting at a distance. Now I was getting quite a few hits on these so that my friend could actually kill him and kill the other two. But pretty much, guys, what you're going to want to do is avoid it if you can. But if you have to, one of you keep your distance, lay shots off, do some damage, and let the other one finish them with a shotgun if you can. Now if you do have to build battle, make sure you're fully healed, and even if you take a little bit of damage, drop down, don't risk it. Drop down, heal yourself up, and then fight back up. Don't risk it and go for like the one shot. If you're one hit, carry on fighting, because you're never going to win, guys. And not only that, if you are one hit, someone in the distance could hit you with an AR really easily and actually end your game pretty much that quick. But that is a tip. I'm going to move on to the next one. Now this tip is going to lead on from the last one. So what I said about the guys coming in from a distance after hearing the gunshots, you want to be them sort of people. If you hear people fighting, you want to get close enough to lay some shots off and try and get a pick, because they're not focused on you, so it's pretty much free kills, guys. And a lot of people avoid it if they hear gunshots. Some people run away if they're not that good. But if there are two teams fighting, keep your distance, don't go in too close, because you never know, both teams might actually change their attention and actually start attacking you. But keep your distance. The best loadout for this is probably something like an infantry rifle or a sniper rifle, or pretty much a SCAR. My loadout was SCAR, combat shotgun and deagle, but it's whatever your preference is. Now you are going to want to get your loadout perfect, guys. Like I said, mine was SCAR, deagle and combat shotgun with minis and medkits or anything like that, but make sure you've got your loadout set up and something that you are comfortable with. Not only that, make sure you have full mats before you go into any gunfight, or as much as you can get at the start of the game. Don't forget, guys, a lot of people do forget, if you do have shields, make sure you pop in them while you're in the gunfight, box yourself in, pop those shields. Not only that, once you get a kill, now this is a very important tip that I see a lot of pro players missing out on when they're actually doing the tips and tricks. When you get a kill in this Champions League, these divisions, you actually do get health and shield. So if you knock someone, make sure you kill them instantly to get that extra health. Box them in, kill them, don't leave them hanging and then get revived. Make sure you do get that extra health, because you never know, that little bit of extra health may actually save you in the long run. Now the tips that I have just given you guys will work in the higher leagues, so the Contender League, and then hopefully when you are in the Champions League, these tips will work. Everything I've talked about so far will work in pretty much every league. However, it starts to get a little bit different now we are into the Contender League. Now, like I said at the start of the video, at the start when you're in the Open League, you don't lose anything for going into a game. However, now you're in the Contender League, you lose one as soon as you start the game. So you're pretty much at a disadvantage instantly when you're in the Contender League. Now it can be quite frustrating if you drop and die because you've wasted a thing, especially if you've just gone into Contender League, you go into a game, you die, you're back in Open League, and sometimes it can be hard to get out of that bracket if you are not a good player and you're struggling. But use the other tips. Camp if you have to get up in that Contender League a little bit before you start going for kills, that's fine. But the tip I'm going to give you guys is simply, now you don't want to be going for kills as much. Now a lot of people get really cocky, go in for the kills, start dropping high places like tilted. Now really where you want to be going is something that you're comfortable with and not too many enemies are around there. The place I normally drop is Snobby. Now that's pretty much because I know the area the best. We've been doing it for quite a while, and it's simply getting a strategy ready for you guys for the Champions League. Now the Open League, we're just a beginner, just a start for you guys. The Contender League is where you really want to be getting your strategies down with your partner, or if you're solo, getting your solo strategy down. But guys, don't go in for the kill straight away. Make sure you loot up, make sure you have a good loadout, and don't engage gunfights where you have a 50-50 chance. make sure you know you're going to get the team that you're going to be fighting. If you see a team building like crazy and you think I'm never going to be able to outbuild them or anything like that, and you don't have to fight them, don't. I can't stress that enough. Don't go for the kills if you have to. Now if you are going for the kills, use the other tips I've shown you. Make sure you're keeping your distance, and if you do hear gunfights, go for the picks, go for the easy eliminations. Don't go for anything hard that's going to actually get you killed, because getting killed in the Contender League without any kills, or getting into the top 12, the top 7, the top 2, that sort of thing, and getting them bonus points is going to really have a negative impact on you. So the Contender League, the only really thing I can suggest for this, now there's not too many tips, I've already gone through the basics. Obviously upgrade your building. I'm not going to talk into detail how to do that, there's videos on YouTube, but if you are struggling and you're getting outgunned and you're sort of stuck in that middle league, camp. If you really want to get Champions League, make sure you are camping to the top, because you can get to Champions League so easy by doing that if you guys really wanted. I mean, you could probably get to the top place just by camping in a bush and actually getting those points that way, but make sure you're not going into gunfights as often as you would in Open League. But we are going to talk about some end game tips now, but you can use these in the lower leagues as well, it will help you, but these are mainly for the harder, pretty much better players of the Champions League. So once you have made it to Champions League, this is where it's going to get really tough. So as soon as you load into a game, you're going to be losing 4 points. Now 4 points is the equivalent to 4 kills, or getting into the top 7 or something like that. I'm not sure on the scoring, but you're pretty much at a big negative as soon as you load a game in Champions League. So what you're going to want to be doing, guys, is simply waiting till the end game. Never really sort of fighting unless you have to. Now this is really important, because what you've got to remember, guys, is these are the top players on Fortnite. You're not going to get much better of a competition in Fortnite than in Champions League. Now some games you'll join a game and you'll absolutely hammer everyone, you'll get loads of kills and you'll win. In other games, everyone will be better than you. In some games you may even be the worst team in the game, so you're never going to win a gunfight. However, staying alive and getting those points, the main goal is actually just to gain points. Now I know it might sound silly, but what a lot of people do is they go into Champions League thinking, oh, I'm going to get so many kills here, and it pretty much backfires on them. You don't really want to be going for kills unless it's necessary. What we did to pretty much stay in Champions League and just boost our points up a bit, camped back a bit, got our load out at Snobby, and then we slowly rotated to the edge of the circle. Now this is a good tip for Champions League. Most players will be running into the circle pretty much straight away. Now the reason for this is because a lot of people are going for kills. They want to become in the top leaderboards to actually compete for New York. However, it backfires on a lot of them and they do die. So what I recommend, guys, for Champions League or any of the other leagues is simply stay on the edge of the circle and follow it in all the way to the end, and don't fight unless you have to. That's pretty much all the tips I can give you without going into proper full guides. I don't want to make this video too long, otherwise we would be here all day. If you guys want more tips and tricks, if you want me to show you how to build, all that sort of stuff, let me know down in the comment section below. Hopefully this guide did help you, and let me know if you do go up the leagues in Champions League, and let me know. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and as always, guys, I'll catch you in the next one.